Hello guys, welcome back to my live video. Hi, if you're coming through, just say hi if you want. Today I decided that actually, because this comes up a lot and we have been using this couple for the while now to learn, because they are the ones in the picture. It can be somebody else tomorrow. And I always say that when things like this happen, you can use the opportunity to learn from other people's story and say, this is a lesson I've learned from it, and that's a lesson I've learned from it. In this video, what I want us, in this video, what I want us to discuss in this video is, sorry guys. What I want us to talk about in this video, which I think is beneficial to all of us as a people. Someone wants to come through already. I don't tell you, I say my kidney know they work. I don't know why it doesn't add. I have not even started, or somebody wants to say something. Okay, I'll let that add there. So, let's focus on the area of what can be learned from this. And people have brought it up a lot as to, oh my goodness, be careful, oh, before you marry somebody, oh, be careful, oh, because we're watching this one with our two koro eyes. So there is so much everybody can learn from this. And I want people to contribute. Hi, Kechi. God see you like there. Hi, Nkechi. Hi. I want all of us to rub minds on this one. What are those things people should watch out for before they marry somebody? Because the hell that awaits people in the future, a lot of the time, what are you drinking? Do you know? Okay. What am I drinking? Do you want to know? This is hot chocolate. So it's actually almost finished. Okay, let me see if I can post. Hi, Laura, Lynette. Sorry, I thought it's Loretta. Lynette, hi. So now, what I want us to talk about is, we are looking at this couple of, God forbid, hey, can you imagine? Oh my goodness. Let's actually bring out the points when it comes to what are those things people should watch out for in the beginning of a relationship. What are those qualities that if you see in somebody, you'll be like, let me run. Because a lot of these things, if people make the right choices in the first place, this kind of thing we're saying, we will not be seeing it. What are those qualities in an individual that is a sign when they start dating you, when you start dating them, when you're beginning to know each other? What are those qualities that people should look out for to know who to avoid? To avoid, how do they talk? Stories that touch the heart, as they hear. So for people to have started a relationship and they look like they were happy, look like everything was going on, and now they have become like the worst enemies in the world. What are the signs you see in an individual that you should say, in the future, this person go fit do this kind of thing, that person go fit do that kind of thing? I told you guys the other time about someone that I knew. I only knew this person for like a week, or let's say about a week or two, and this person was driving. Okay. AG says, I really thank God I almost enter wrong marriage. Oh, ASAS. Okay, genotype. That's another thing. For anyone that's watching this, I do not understand. When they say ASAS, is like S is the sickle cell. So AS, so you are AS then. So AS means this person is a carrier, and sickle cell is, now in Western society, it's becoming very, very well manageable. And, I've even heard about bone marrow transplants and stuff. I've heard some stuff like that is transforming people's lives. But I want to explain for anyone that comes across this and does not know what AS is about. So it's about sickle cell. So if someone has an S, it means that they are a carrier. But they will be healthy. They won't have any health problems. But if someone has SS, that means they are not just carriers, they are unwell, if that makes sense. That's the basic way I can put it. So typically in most African culture, they get also Caucasians don't have the sickle cell gene, right? So if someone is AS, they are advised not to marry a fellow AS person, because both of them are carriers, and the chances of S and S being passed to the next child is very high. And for the longest time, it's been preached and everything in Nigeria and most African countries that people should avoid falling in love with someone that is AS as well. So SS should be married an AA. Even SS should avoid AS, right? So SS should marry an AA. because all they can have is AS, AS, AS. They will have carriers, but they will have healthy children, right? So that's a very good point you made there. So what's his name now? Eji Okaro just gave us one example of the things to watch out to avoid getting married into. But actually, it's a good point. But it doesn't matter. You can bring up all the points you want. But I want to speak on the area of those things you see in an individual. You know that in the future, this person will show me pepe. I talked about somebody that I knew only about a few weeks. Most of the time, okay, let me just finish this story before I forget. It's a short one. I'll read your comment now in a minute. So only about 2 weeks, and this person was like, this is my second time or third time meeting this person. And this person was driving, and somebody was trying to cross the road. The person's driving was not bad, but the person crossing the road, I was afraid the person was going to run in front of him and he may hit the person. And I was like, oh, watch out, like trying to caution the driver, if that makes sense, not to watch out for that person. If you see the way this guy yelled at me, just for that small cautioning that I cautioned him, the way this person yelled at me, I just knew that was the last time I was going to see this guy. Because if me, when you just know for only 2 weeks, you can shout at me like that, you have shown me that you are a man that, you go beat me later, self. So I already saw that quality in him. Typically, when people meet, they even try to be in their best behavior. If you could be confident enough to shout at me for something as tiny as that, you have shown me that you have anger problems and that you're going to be worse. That's what I believe. And I ran. Not with my 2 legs. I ran with my 2 legs and my 2 hands. Right? Let me read. People are suggesting there. Jennifer Campbell said, most of the time, the evidence are before us, but we are so painfully in lust with them. Things to look out for. Things to look out for avoid a lazy man, a greedy man, a man whose libido is high. What if you have big, what if your own libido is high too? 2 of you match each other. Whose libido is high? Who does not get in his family, avoid, I'm reading it the way you wrote it. I think you wrote faster, maybe you missed some things. Getting with his family, avoid a uneducated man. That is Jennifer's suggestion. But libido, if the man has high libido and you have high libido, is it not a equation balance? Do you know what I mean? Because you may end up meeting a man that his libido is low too, and you'll be frustrated because you know what they call belefu, if you know what I mean. Okay, that's great points. And Temilade said, have come to the realization that Americans don't know about genotype. It's not a Caucasian thing. You know, it's typically, I think Asians too, like I think like Indians or whatever. I think, I'm not 100% sure. Okay, I suggest that they don't have. Okay, I suggest that they don't have it in their bloodline. That's what I told you. I don't think what's it called now? Sickle cell is in the Caucasian gene. I don't think so. Are both of those parents aware of how their actions on social media may affect their kids? We've talked about that before. Wendy, I think I'm seeing Wendy for the first time. So people are, you know what, guys, actually, can you do me a favor and just share this video, actually? Share this video. Because if I finish the video, people then share it. There are new friends that then come to watch this, may start asking questions, and then it's making me want you to answer questions we've already discussed in the video. Can you do me a favor? It takes a second, please. I sabi run. Sorry. Please, can you just share this video, please, guys? Just share this video. Just one click. Just share it. Let your friends watch it now, please. Okay. So okay. Wendy, I'm seeing that I'm seeing that name for the first time. So Wendy is saying, are both of these parents aware of how their actions on social media may affect those kids when they are old enough to understand exactly what happened? Wendy, like I said, I'm seeing your name for the first time. We have discussed that like a million times. And that is why some of us are not fans of these children being used on social media. I think the parents, they have their drama, let them carry the name of this drama. The children can be kept completely private. They don't have to share them on social media. When they grow up and they are proud enough to be recognized as the children of this couple, let them make that choice. You understand? If they want to be seen as the children of the man that their father came on social media and told or the internet and told everybody that their mother was doing foursome, doing whatever song with different men and all of those things, let them come out, and if they want to be remembered or they want to be associated publicly with the father that came on the internet and was crying that you know, the reason I left my marriage is because my what did he even say? You see, he said different things. Initially, when he came out, he said that he's divorcing her because I can no longer be treated this way. That was what he said the first time. I can no longer be treated this way. Narcissist, blah, 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 all of those things he said. So it means he divorcing her because of the way she treats him. And then, but the day that she put a restraining order, after she allowed him, which makes sense, okay, take them, spend time with the kids. And she said he never brought them back. She had to use police, use the lawyers to get her children, get their children back. Let me be saying that. Get their children back. And then she put a restraining order on him. After she did that, he went to his platform and started crying. And then in that speech he made, he said, the reason I'm divorcing her is because she hurt June. So which is which? Are you divorcing her because you can no longer be treated this way? Or are you, because that means it's about how she treats him. But when he came to cry, he said it's because of how she treated June. So which is which? Is it the way she treats you or the way she treats June? This is what I'm saying about inconsistencies. You know, it makes people, me, if you're inconsistent, I begin to doubt your story, because the truth not they change. The truth is the same all the time. Okay? So if these children want to grow up and be part of the drama, they can make that choice. I personally do not believe that the children should be shared on social media. So we've discussed this a million times. Wendy, welcome to my platform. Like I said, I'm seeing you for the first time. Don't marry someone who can't accept rejection. That's another good point. Because some people, when you reject them, it's like, how dare you? Some is ego, some is, let me tell you one thing about love. If the person that you were both in love with does not love you anymore, you know, I have been in situations where I walked away from a relationship, but that person does not understand how. It's like, how dare you? Like, relationship, I'm not, you know me, growing up or whatever, I say I'll not do again. The person, one is some people that be like, how dare, some that may still be in love with you, but you're not in love with them at all again. And my thing is this: if I no get feelings for you again, what you want to take me do? Because it's two ways. I cannot say, he still loves me, or let me just manage, or make I pity and make I continue because he loves me. It doesn't work that way. You understand? You don't continue a relationship because you feel sorry for somebody. Both people have to be feeling it. If both people don't feel it anymore, it is hard. It is a burden to be with someone that you can no longer stand, someone you can no longer imagine you be with. Do you understand? So, you know, I'm not coming here to say break up your marriage. I'm explaining all these details. So it takes two. It's hard when one person's heart is gone. That's why I say you're in a relationship, you're in a marriage, engagement, whatever it is. Do what it takes to make it work. Because when the feelings are gone from the heart, it's hard though. It's very, when the feelings are gone from here, it's so hard for that other person to want to be around you or whatever. So that's the truth. So people that cannot accept rejection. Anyone who can't control his or her anger, another important one. Because that anger thing is also a problem, especially when children become involved. It's also a problem when it comes to people now use children as a tool to hurt each other. As do you know what I mean? They may no longer be able to use their anger at you directly, but they know the buttons to press with the children. That's another thing about children. Once children come into the equation, see, if you end the relationship, I can bet you, like people that I've known in the past, and I say, okay, I don't do it again, right? That if you ask me, I may remember first name, but I can't remember their last name. You understand? Because there are no children involved. I can say, what will be the last name again? No, what will be that person last name? There are some you will not even remember their first name. But let's even say, if you manage to remember first name, you will not remember their last name. But if you have children together, you will know that person till the day you leave this world, because of that connection with through the children. That even reminds me, I was watching a video once. It was a dating whatever show. I think it's a BBC thing on if any of you have watched it, actually, if you can leave the comment, people can watch it. Somebody is trying to add. Let's see. AG is trying again. Let me see. Okay, so I'll keep talking. If he adds, he can talk. If he doesn't add, we'll leave it. So this lady was a dating show, and then she met the guy. If I'm not mistaken, how the conversation started. But she said that she has a child. Yeah, she has a child, but she said she got a child through a donor, a sperm donor. And they said, why did you go through a donor? She wasn't married, she was single. Why did you go to? She said, I wanted a child, but she said, I didn't want to have a child through a man, like in a relationship. She said, because she has seen how her friends that were married or relationships, when it ended, the wahala, the headache that was involved is not something they wanted to deal with. They were dealing with child custody, dealing with the ex, dealing with, it's like connected to this ex to the day they leave this world. And she said, after she saw what her friends have been through, few of her friends had been through, she decided that she was going to have a child through a sperm donor. Nobody is going to fight custody with her. Nobody is going to try to torture her through the child or children. Nobody is going to, you know, she said she doesn't want to. Now she's looking for a relationship, but this person is coming in and the child is her child. The person no go follow her fight. No go follow her fight for her child. I'm not coming here to, I'm just basically narrating the story. So that is about what the person said about control their anger. So because you see, if it's just a dating thing and you person has it, whatever, and you see that anger, run. Because when it becomes a marriage and then it becomes a divorce, sharing of assets, sharing of children custody, and all of those things, and this person has, that people, let me tell you guys, the couples that have been able to do co-parenting peacefully are not angry kind of people. I know those people that have this anger in them. People that have this amount of, actually, that was Rolla Ocon that said that. You understand? People that have been able to co-parent in peace are typically people that have good temperament. You understand? They can rise above everything else and say, let's focus on what's best for the children. But when people have anger problems, they can no longer deal with you, but they can deal with you indirectly through the children. That's a very good point. AG, the thing now, they try to argue, the thing no argue, but I can see your comment. Aku, you sabi run. You say, Aku, you sabi run. Ajebo like you. My brother, don't let all this deceive you. Now, Jepako, you deceive, so I say you feel run. But even if you know sabi run, you don't know say get what you go see for this life. The run what you know sabi before you go run and by force. You don't know. You will take you know what they call adrenaline. I get on twisted a lot, kind of guys, when I talk. Adrenaline. When you pump in your body, whether you know Ajebot are not there for that one, you go run. Forget that thing. You go surprise people when you say that run past you. Sorry, English, because of the non-Nigerians among. This person is saying that when I saw that behavior, I ran. He is saying that he said, Aku, you sabi run. Aku, can you run? Ajebo like he is like Ajebo is like a rich man's child or posh or whatever, you know, person like you. So that's what I'm replying to. So, but when you see some things, you run to avoid the future wahala, future problems. You run. So if you're coming through what we're discussing, hi sister, what we're discussing is what are those things, qualities you see in an individual at the beginning that should be enough reason for you to run and say, I will not marry this person. To prevent stories like this about, we are hearing about Justin and Korra. What are those signs you see in an individual that you should run? That those are those signs that shows you that this person is trouble. What are those signs? That's what we're discussing today. AG said we should avoid marrying someone with entitled mentality, e.g., someone that always demand without contributing into marriage. Another good point. But entitled mentality. Well, give us an example of entitled mentality in a dating, at the dating phase. Do you know what I mean? What are the signs you will see that shows you that this person has entitled mentality? You know, that's another good point. Temila just said, I just shared this. Oh, thank you so much. Guys, if you're just coming through, just share it. Because I realized that people share it after I've already finished my video. And then people are then coming to leave comments and we've already finished the discussion. So it's good if you can share it. Let them join now and let's discuss it now. Most women libido decrease after giving birth. And if their husband sex drive is off the chart, then my sister, speak for yourself. So that's all that's all I'm gonna say. So most women, let me tell you what makes it look like women's libido die and all those things. You see, sometimes it's stress. When women have babies, they end up I mean it, speak for yourself. Every woman is not the same. So what's it called? What was I saying? So what was I saying? I lost my, oh yeah. The thing is this, when women have babies, naturally the woman is the one to breastfeed, the woman is the one to this, and a lot of these things overwhelms a woman. Do you know what it is? Let me tell you what happens. You go into the hospital and you open your legs. And for those of us that had all natural delivery, but even if it's C-section, but let's speak on a natural ground, right? And the woman is after opening the leg and pushing the baby's head out of the hole that is like this. The hips, the everything, if you are lucky, you may not end up being stitched. So after all of that, it's a trauma to the body. After all of that, they will not bring the baby and say, oh, congratulations. The next thing, they're already putting the baby here and say, feed your baby. Of course, you're still carried away with the excitement. I just had a baby. And then you put the baby on instantly, you're feeding. And there is no break. As soon as that baby is out, it goes from this baby that was in my belly. I could go here, go. It's now a baby that's physically in your arms. And the needs of that baby, it becomes 100% your responsibility, especially in this Obodo Igbo self. Family may help you or whatever, but you are still the one that's going to physically breastfeed this child. Your night sleep is destroyed because most African parents will co-sleep, but if you're not co-sleeping, the baby is in a cot by your side and all of that. You're already nurturing and looking after a baby. Some of these things can kill your libido because you're in that survival mode. Let me tell you, your body is designed to survive. If you're episiotomy, that's what it's called. You're nursing, if you're stitched though, you're still nursing that one. Sometimes you see when the hips, the bones shift a bit to allow the baby in, it takes a while. A lot of this healing needs to happen. You're still going through all of that. Your body, you see, the human body has a survival mechanism. Your body is then trying to heal itself. Your brain may be too focused on healing that your libido is the last thing, because your body prioritizes, nature prioritizes what you need first. So your libido it will not be there because your body is focused on, libido is enjoyment. Does that make sense? It's not, do you know what I mean? Your body is busy trying to focus on the healing from just having a baby. Your body is trying to bring out milk to feed this baby. There's so much your body is trying to do that libido is the last thing your body is trying to fix. That's why they say women, when they have baby, they don't look at, tell me, baby just came out of the hole. And then you're ready for somebody to go into that hole. You're not ready. It needs time. But the man now, he didn't go through any of the process. So his own libido is still where it is. You understand? But these are the mistakes. That's why a woman needs time to heal. And then, even while the baby is growing, a lot of the time, this is why if you have opportunity for the man to be playing a role in looking after the baby, sometimes, whatever, it helps you to be recovering properly. The reason a lot of women lose their libido is that the housework and the cleaning, the whatever, children, everything, they are preoccupied with all of this stress. But the man may just go to work and he's even at his desk and his brain is just doing overdrive. Do you know what I mean? He's just like, I can't wait to go home and go and there. But the woman has been doing this, doing that. At the end of the day, she's so tired. But the man just come home from, maybe it's an office work. Let me go and there. But the woman is not there. Do you know what I mean? So, but don't conclude that I don't know why I don't believe that men's libido is higher. I don't believe that. Another reason why we say men are unfaithful is because our culture allows it to a great extent. Because if you come to Western society, the ability to cheat, men don't have monopoly of it. You see that Western society, women are cheating, husbands and wives, they cheat, wives cheat. But in Africa, it seems to be more. But because our culture frowns at it more when a man does it, when a woman does it, than when a man does it. So subconsciously, so men have that permission. You tell your mother that your husband cheated, say, that's all of them, just take it like that. You see, culture plays a role as well. Okay, so let me see more comments. I don't know who Sharon's comment is for. Sharon, can you let me know who your comment is for? So I can know. Okay, so let's say goodbye to Sharon. Everybody say bye to Sharon. Bye, Sharon. How do you do it again? Okay, so let's say goodbye to Sharon. Bye, Sharon. Okay, so Sharon is gone. Okay, now let's continue. Hunger is a huge red flag. That is na adoko. Let me stop there. Sorry, na adoko. So she said a huge red flag. Yes. So people think what is it called now? Oh no, he would change or she would change. He just got angry. If somebody's already showing you signs of anger at the beginning, run. because people are typically better at the beginning than later. People always try to present themselves better at the beginning. If somebody can be confident enough to show you that they are that kind of angry people, imagine what they will do when you're final. Do you know what I mean? People in the beginning typically try to lure you in and show you their best side because they want to prove to you that they're a good person. But if they let their anger sleep, it means that it's a big part of their personality. Run. Who is Francis? Oh, hi, Francis. Hi. Temilade said, cultivate the habit to watch out for patterns. That's another good one. You know, patterns. That's another good one. Avoid a man who is not a protector and a provider, and also one who does not know how to take care of his fiance. Oh, finance. Sorry. I thought I read fiance. Sorry. Finance. Oh, okay. But you know, at the beginning, Sha, would you actually know? You may not know their financial situation. I'm on a live video, okay? You know, you may not know their financial, but I understand your point as well, because that's what you're going to meet up ahead. Yeah, so that was Jennifer there. Okay, so AG says, avoid marrying an entitled mentality. I think whether guy or lady, e.g., someone that always demands without contributing, selfish mindset. That's another good one. You know, that's another good one. Hi, sister. Hi. Over possessiveness. That is now said that. Now Adako says over possessiveness. And another mistake, especially for ladies. It happens both ways. But I think sometimes when a lady finds a guy that's very possessive, they'll be like, oh, it's a sign of love. Oh, he just wants me all to himself. Oh my goodness. And you'll be like, I want to go spend time with my friends. Whose friend is that? Do I know her? What time are you coming back? Both ways. Let's be honest. You know, what time are you coming back? Do I know that friend? No, don't go with your friend. I want you to be the possessiveness. Sometimes people confuse it for love, because it can be confusing. Somebody can actually love you and be like, oh, don't go, stay with me. I'd rather spend time, which is true. So that one is very tricky and is very important point, because sometimes possessiveness can be a sign of someone that is a dictator, someone that is controlling sometimes. So that one is important, but it's tricky sometimes to figure that out. That's actually very important. One of the examples is when the man wants you to always greet him first because he feels he's the man. Oh my goodness. Favor says that. Favor, Ojabo. Okay, that's another one. She said one of the examples is when the man wants you to always greet him first because he feels he is the man. That is it. Some African men have that thing that you know, too much wanting to prove I'm the man in unnecessary ways. If people are in love with each other, wake up in the morning, whatever, and say hi. Greeting not supposed to mean anything, you know. But you know, in Africa, we see greeting as a sign of respect. But somebody can greet you and be the worst ekwensu in the world, issue of the world. Do you know what I mean? So those are outward things that sometimes doesn't reflect what we think. Do you know what I mean? Greeting first or not greeting first. Linus said, true talk, man. Welcome, Linus. Our culture is our problem. In some cases, not in all cases. Our culture favors men more than women. It does. It does. Let's be honest. And AG says, okay, it's a true life story of a guy that married a very rich lady, but the lady was so desperate for her husband because she has a spinal cord injury, so her choice of choosing an husband was low. So the guy took advantage of her condition, and he was trying to acquire all her properties. But the lady was so smart that she willed all her wealth to her daughter. She was a single mother before she had an accident. Oh wow. The guy was trying to be smart. You know, they say she don't double cross him. But that was a smart move. But were they married? Because some part of the Western society, they say you cannot disinherit your spouse. Like legally, you cannot actually cut them off from your will. That's what I found out, you know. So people have raised a lot of points. If you're just joining us, what we're discussing is, you know, we see other people's story on the internet and we're like, wow, did you not see the sign? Did you not see the sign? So we're using this opportunity to discuss what are the signs. Well, if you see in someone you're dating, someone you're trying to marry, or someone you're even engaged to, what are those signs that when you see them, you should run? Like they say in that thing, run, oh. What are those signs you will see in a man or a woman that should make you know that, this person, I don't want to have a future with this person. This person is not my match. Let's not forget that a lot of the time, people are simply not a match. You understand? People are simply not a match. That person that it looks like he's such a terrible person or she's such a terrible person, hi, Juliana, may meet somebody else and they would work. You understand? Another thing is somebody may be such a difficult man or difficult woman, and then they go and meet one person who will get power for wahala, and they will get away with everything because that person will just say, you know, there's some couples that are like that. The man is this strong head, but the woman is this strong head, but they meet somebody that is just like very peaceful. Whatever you did, person just say, okay. Do you know what I mean? And the marriage will continue because one person is just so mellow. Now, Adako says, isolating you from family and friends. That's another one, another sign of controlling people, you know, because why they isolate you is because if they isolate you, people will not get to know what you may be going through in their hands. People will not get to know what treatment you receive in their hands. So they can do the oppressing and mistreating in the privacy of their home or whatever. Your family would not know. Because sometimes the family will be like, okay, wait, what happened to our son or our daughter? Why does he or she have a bruise? Why do you have that bruise on your face? Or what happened? If they begin to notice changes in you, okay, are you okay? They may be able to find out that your marriage may be going terribly wrong. Terribly wrong. So what do? Such people will isolate you from your loved ones because they don't want people to notice what is being done to you. Faith Osa said, red flags, hiding his phone and picking calls in the bathroom. That one is number one red flag. Oh. There's this video I remember I watched that says, if your man, this one is say, if your man is going outside for better network, and he says he's going outside to answer his call for better network, he said, auntie, follow him, go and help him find the network. So it's both ways. But yeah, that's another one. If they keep hiding when they are trying to answer calls. AG says, yes, they got married, and when the lady found out and she was trying to arrest the guy, but the guy Jackpa and flew away. Okay. And Linus said, narcissist, selfish, pride, underrating, being raw. No, Linus has listed more things that if you see in a man or in a woman while you are still dating, those are the signs that you should jackpot, that you should run, that you shouldn't marry the person. So narcissist, maybe you want to unpack that word, because that word is being used a lot recently, and I think this couple have actually made the word even more popular. You know, I'm not saying the word does not exist, but people have been using it on both sides. But I think the man was the first one that used it. But let's actually unpack it. When you say a narcissist, what are you speaking about exactly? So that someone that is not into big grammar, you know, that is watching this will understand what are the signs and characteristics of a narcissist. What you understand, not just the word, just knowing what it means. Selfish, pride. Selfish is another one. Pride is another thing, because proud people don't know how to say I'm sorry. Proud people don't know how to say I was wrong. Proud people don't know how to back up and say, okay, you know what, I didn't do that right, you know, because they want to prove to you that no, I can never be wrong. Pride, that is a very important one. Pride, underrating beings, another one. When somebody always treats you like they know better, they underrate you, like follow my lead, because nobody knows it all. Follow my lead is my way. How they talk about the highway? How did they speak that one? Those are signs too. Underrating, you know. He said wrong. Hizoge Blessing says, watch out for how they treat their mother or sister. Now, that one is another tricky one. It's true, but it's tricky. There are some men, because this one you say mother or sister, right? So that means you're talking about a man. A man may be amazing with his mother and sisters, but not the same with his wife. There are some men that they're actually better off just marry their mother or marry their sister. That they will marry a wife, the wife will never have a say. It's always my mother said or my sister said. Unfortunately, some men are like that. So when a man treats his treats his father, mother, and sister right is a good sign, but it's one of those tricky ones that it's hard to know the difference between when it is just a good guy, is a sign of a good guy that's going to treat you well as well, or is a sign of a man that puts his mother and his sister above his wife. It happens. A man that prioritizes his mother or sister above his wife. You understand? You know, that one is so tricky, very, very tricky. And it is one of the most painful things you can go through in a marriage. When a man listens to his mother and sister before you, oh my goodness, or considers what they say above you, it is painful. So that one is very, very tricky one. So we need to find a balance, how to find out a sign that this one is not a safe one. Because unfortunately, some men that may be amazing sons and sisters, I mean, brothers to their sons to their mothers, brothers to their sisters, but they can end up being a nightmare as a husband. Okay, so it's a tricky one. It's a good point, but it's a very tricky one. I have seen women that have lamented, say, when I talk this one, if his sister talk, he don't finish. There are some men that the sister will just say, don't marry that girl again, and the marriage is over. There are even men that will tell you that, look, make sure my mama like you, my mama don't like you, I no go marry you. Some men are like that. Get along well with my sister. If you don't, do you know me? That one is the other extreme. So it's a very tricky one, but it's an important point. So it says, it goes a long way to know how well they will treat you or treat women in general. So I just explained that other one. You know what I mean? So it's a good point. It's true, but in some cases, it's on the other extreme. That is very bad. So if you're just coming through, we're talking about signs to watch out in a man or a woman during the courtship, during the beginning. There are signs of trouble. Signs that you should not go ahead and marry the person, because a lot of people have already seen one or two signs, but they'll be like, oh no, we're in love, we're in love. Eventually it comes back to haunt them. So, and then you realize that the sign was there, but I ignored that sign. Oh, he showed me a sign of whatever, I ignored it. So this one says, narcissists are self-centered, grandiose people with no empathy. Now Adako is helping us to explain narcissists. Those are good points. It says self-centered is all about them. It's all about who is that? Do you need something in the kitchen? Okay. So a self-centered, grandiose, that's another one. I can't stand a man or a woman with that, you know, that thing about it has to be the way they have said it. They are the most intelligent human beings you've ever met. You know, they know everything. They know everything. Everything, they have to always make everything sound like, you know, I went to this college, I am this, I was the best student in this, you know, when I do this is the knowledges I have. Do you know, I have, you know, in 1977, 1976, I went to the data. My grandfather is actually the author of this, that, you know, those are the signs of those grandiose. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes it is when people overinflated value of themselves, sometimes is a sign of trouble. Or else they marry somebody when no care. If you like talk, there are some couples there are some couples that they are married. This person can be whatever, the other person will be so mellow that it's like they can just sit down, the person will be doing their grandiose whatever. It will go here and the person will not even care. Do you know what I mean? So grandiose people with no empathy. Good points now. And this one says, Nicolette said, cancers always be mistaken as narcissists. What has cancer got to do with this now? Please explain, Nicolette. Cancers always be mistaken as narcissists. Please explain to educate us. AJ says, do you match make? Hey, are you? How do I match make? Do I? I'm single and searching. Sisters, there's someone here that is single and searching. Did you guys hear? He's advertising himself, and there's no shoot your shot, my brother. He's making it clear. If you're single and searching, AG Okaro said he's single and searching. Oh yeah, AG, please tell us, where are you? Are you in Nigeria or are you abroad, so that people will know whether there's locational conflict? If that makes sense. If it's abroad, so people will know how much of a distance is important. So people like, I don't want to date someone that is this far away or whatever. So start giving us your, what's that word now? Begin to don't cover yourself. Begin to explain yourself more. So any sister that is interested may want to, enter your inbox. Guys, There's a guy, ladies, there's a guy here actually. He's looking for a wife. So you never know, it could be for you. I'm matchmaking now on Facebook. Okay, Faith Osa says, my husband was like that. Oh, all he does was listen to his mother, to his mom. I've said it just now. Till his mom went above, we can now reason together. I'm not supposed to laugh, but it's just the way she wrote it. We can now reason together as spouse. It was only God in those years. Oh, wow. You see what I just said? You see what I just said? So that comment that person made, is important that he's a nice person to his father, sister, and mother. I said that sometimes it may actually be to a disadvantage. And this Faith is now telling us that it was a problem in her marriage. Some men can end up being the ones that carry their mother and sisters on their heads. But wife, and if the mother is visiting or the sister is visiting, the wife will not have peace in that house because my sister is visiting. The wife begin to shake because the man places the mother or sister above the woman that he's married. Let me tell you guys, the Bible says, for those that are Christians, because I'm not going to apply my Christianity to you, but I'm going to speak as a Christian, that a man will leave his father and mother and join his wife, and they will become one. Not two, not three, not one. And some mistake a lot of us make, men or women, you'll be like, so people forget that your family is important. Let's not forget that. But when you marry somebody, marry a man or marry a woman, you have formed a family. That family you keep saying, my father, my mother, my sister, that is the family your father and mother created. It is your turn to now create what they have created, so that your children too can grow up and point at what you and your wife have built as your own creation. You get my point? So people think my father, my mother, my sisters are your real family. But that is the family your father and mother have built. It's your turn to build yours like they built theirs. That's mistakes some people make. And that's why they will put their wife beneath their mother, beneath their father, their sister. I'm not saying your mother is less. What I'm saying is that your wife and you are one. You understand? You're one package. So when your mother comes, your wife is you, and you're one. You understand? So I really hope I'm making sense. Let me see if I can go through all. Justin and Korra and Justin are both Cancers. Oh, zodiac sign. Yeah, but not everybody believes in zodiac sign now. Nicolette, not everybody believes in zodiac sign. So he said Cancers are mistaken for narcissists. Oh, that's what you're saying. Or we should have explained, because not everybody believes in zodiac signs. So my thing about zodiac signs is somebody can then, whatever behavior people have, they can be like, yeah, but it's my sign. They can have a bad behavior. I'm like, yeah, but you don't know that's part of my sign. So then if your sign is why you are the way you are, then it's not your fault. Then you have no responsibility for your actions. That's why I have my, there are some things they try to explain about those zodiac signs that seem to make sense. But for me, I feel like if zodiac signs are the reason why you are the way you are, then it's not your fault. It's not your responsibility to act well or do better, because it's your zodiac sign that determines how you behave. That's why I have my own reservation about zodiac sign. If you're joining us, we're talking about the signs to watch out for in a man or in a woman at the beginning, when you're beginning to know them. Those signs to watch out for, to know that no, I shouldn't go ahead and marry this person, because a broken engagement, someone that's just you're engaged to, broken engagement is better than broken marriages. I believe in co-parenting when it happens, but it would have been better if children can grow up in one household. So these are advice that may help people prevent themselves from even getting into a situation where they marry the wrong person and they end up breaking up, and then bring them to the position where they have to be dealing with co-parenting, whatever, drama, and all of those things. So that's what we're discussing. And again, please, guys, just click the button and share this video. Please share this video so that more people can join us and more minds can be rubbed, and people cannot come and ask questions later when we've already finished the live video. So Linus said, a man that is listening to his mother and sister is not qualified to marry. Some people will not understand that. They will not understand it. But you know what I mean? Because you are supposed to become a man ready to join yourself to a woman and become one. So the question there, are you matured enough? Then he said, he is a baby. I didn't even read the rest before even saying the matured part. You see, he is a baby husband. He must not marry, because that marriage will never work, because no woman deserves to bear such control marriage business. It is hard. Even your sister that is about your sister that you're trying to place above whatever, she would have her own husband, that she can go to her husband's house and be the head or whatever she wants to be there, not to come there and be the head of your wife that you have married. Anyone that's trying to be the head of your wife is trying to be the head of you. Anybody that disrespects your wife is disrespecting you. You have to have the same thing as a woman too. Vice versa. If I ever forget to mention, some people say vis-a-vis, I say vice versa. If you, both man or woman, if you do respect your father and think your father is top priority over your husband, you and your husband are one. Let's always remember that. And Nicolette says, cancers have those traits. Yeah, you really believe in zodiacs. You're still coming up in that, you know. But my question then to you, Nicolette, is if those traits is caused by their zodiac sign, is it then their fault? Because it's not their fault, because they were born with whatever date. So their zodiac sign is the reason why they're doing it. Does it then mean that these people don't have their konuchi, Igbo language, the conscience to do things differently? Or is it just they can't help themselves because it is their zodiac sign, so it's not their fault? So if, for example, the person, because of their zodiac sign, committed a crime and they go to court, they can't get away with it by saying, you know, I am a, what did they call it, cancer? You know, it's such a horrible thing, actually. To cancer is a disease, isn't it? But why cancer though? Anyway, so I'm a cancer, you know, it's part of my zodiac sign or my traits. You know what I'm trying to say? So does that absorb them from the fact that they are reasoning human beings that should be able to make their decisions themselves? I would like Nicolette to educate us about that. From Anambra State. Okay, our brother is still advertising himself. Oh, he said our brother here, AG Okaro, is looking for a wife. Okay, did you say you are? Did you talk about your genotype? You did earlier. So definitely, AG is AS, so means he is a carrier of the sickle cell anemia. So he cannot marry any woman that has S at all. But if he marries a woman that is AA, their children will be 100% healthy. So it's important to put that out there, because he himself said it at the beginning of this live stream that he almost made the mistake of marrying an AS. So if AG is an AS, he cannot marry an AS, because the chances of having children that are going to be SS, which is children that AS means that they are carriers, but they are not sufferers of this condition. But SS are the sufferers. So he's serious. He's advertising himself. He's looking for a wife. He's serious, guys. AG Okaro, look for him in the comment section. And he said he's from Anambra State and he's living in Lagos. Guys, this may be your day. You will find the husband you have been looking for. You don't know. This is life. It can happen. Guys, invite me for the wedding. No. So, and name the first child after me. That's if it's a girl. Name the first. I'm taking the credit already. Okay, AG said, I'm about to go. Take care as well. Take care, my brother. Take care. So, guys, you can always see his comments. You can link up with him, and you never know. Magic can happen. Chantel is, Richard says, amen, preach summer. Oh, thanks, Chantel. That's not true. A man that is listening to his mother and sister is not qualified to marry. Okay, Nicholas said that's not true. Okay, and some African men believe that this is Faith Osa says some African men believe, keep an eye on the clock, believe that their wife is a stranger in the family, because the wife does not have a say in their family. You know, when they say that thing about their family, I keep saying it, that their family is a family their father built with their mother. So their mother is then a stranger. Abi? So the family that the mother that is a stranger built with her husband is what they call family. This one that the man is about to build with his wife is what he's supposed to build, so that tomorrow too his children can have family to point to, as he's pointing his father's and mother's marriage as a family. He too should build his own, so that his own children too can point at this. Do you get the point? Your wife is equivalent to your mother in the sense that your mother was a stranger that married your father and they built that family. Do you know what I mean? So that stranger thing is what is happening now. You meet a woman, build what your father has built with a stranger woman. That's what it is. People don't think about it from that perspective. Okay, because the wife does not, okay, they believe you are married to give them children and work to make money. But their mother married their father. You get my point? And they are honoring that father, that family that the father has built with their mother. the same way, your own to honor it so that tomorrow your children will come and have a family to point at. Wendy says, avoid someone who repeatedly break your trust. Big one. You see that they say, if somebody shows you who they are the first time, believe them. When someone shows you who they are the first time, believe them. Now, we sometimes, you see, when people fall in love, somebody already said it. When people fall in love, they fall in lust. Some people, they just look carried away. Nothing else matters. The feeling is so good. You understand? It's so good that it blinds them to every other thing. When people break your what was that? Repeatedly break your trust. Believe them, because they are breaking at the beginning. They will break it later. You get my point? They will break it later. Linus said, excuse me, bro, drop your contact. Oh, matchmaking. Matchmaking. People are finding husband and wife on my platform. If you're coming now, we're basically discussing what are those signs you see in a man or a woman at the beginning to avoid a story that touches the heart like Korra and Justin. Because what we're seeing now, I don't know if, do you know what I mean? You ask yourself, was it like, it's so messy that you wonder, were there no signs at the beginning? Their story has already happened. People that are watching this, what they can learn from it to avoid stories like this that touches the heart, right? So I truly believe in premarital counseling. That's another one. I don't think most African countries do that too. I don't know. The only thing they do, they go to the pastor at the end and say, we want to marry each other. Pastor will not just do one or two biblical, whatever. Do you know what I mean? So that's another topic for another day. That was sister that said about the premarital counseling. And the Linus Precious says, sisters, any man that always tell you, my mama say during, my mama say means my mom said, during courtship, please run, oh, this journey is painful and disgraceful. You're very funny the way you write your comments. That's true. But sometimes, that's why I said that particular one is tricky. Some men are like that, and those are signs of how they are going to treat you in some cases. But sometimes, it's hard to know the difference. I'm going to be honest. But sometimes it can be a sign of a man that is still under his mother's armpit, or that is still sucking breast from his mother. If that makes sense. That the mother, you see, when you have a baby, you're the mother, you're nurturing, but you're supposed to nurture them to the point where they can grow their own wings and fly. But if they are grown and they are still needing you to guide them like a newborn baby, then you have not raised them to stand. Another thing I always say to people, your father and mother will always be around. If things happen naturally, your father and mother will be dead before you and your wife. Build this relationship, because that is what is going to be with you. Your parents have raised their own family. They will exit. Some people that have listened to father or mother, now father and mother are dead or whatever, and they now have their own lives to live. That's when they realize that your parents are there to guide you, but they shouldn't be everything that you must have a plan as to what you want to do with your life. Those coming now, I see people coming now. Basically, we're talking about, what are those signs you see in somebody at the beginning that is a sign that you should not go ahead and marry them? What are those subtle signs of danger ahead? What are those signs that this person is going to make your life miserable in a marriage? What are those signs that, people should run from when they meet somebody initially? What are those signs? That's what we're discussing. Because the other day, I stumbled on a video, and it happens to be an old video of Korra and Justin, and they were talking, babe, and they were calling each other sweet names and all of this. And I'm like, how did it go from this to this? How did it go from this to this? And I said, there must have been signs somewhere. There must have been signs somewhere. The people that, if you see them, you know what I mean? If you see their old videos, they looked good together, good as in good, like when I say good together, as in they look like they were a couple that was doing well in the marriage. That's what I mean. Like the marriage was going well. So, and then this. One thing is marriage ending, but another thing is how it ends. Marriages end in a lot of ways. There are couples that just wake up and say, you know what, let's go our separate ways. And they say goodbyes. And that's it. No noise, no commotion, nothing. Do you know what I mean? There is nothing. They just go their separate ways. They may never, if they don't have children together, they may never see each other again. They may, but that's it. They keep it civil. Do you know what I mean? So Korra and Justin will be the first ones to break up in a marriage, and they won't be the last. But there are people that have done it without this kind of, a lot of people have done it without this kind of mess that we are seeing. Do you know what I mean? So I always say that I believe in people using them as an opportunity to learn. To learn, because it can just be a drama to you, but there's so much you can grab from their story that will be like, oh wow, from what I saw in so and so and so, I can never marry a man that shows me this sign or that sign, that sign. Take something from it that at the end of the day, even when the drama ends, you can always walk away with that and say, what I learned from that couple. Hey, God, oh, after I see their story, I learned that I should never this. I learned that I should never that. Do you know what I mean? So, I don't want it to be a video where I only me would say what I have, my opinion or whatever. I want people to, write your comments, write your opinions. What are the signs to watch out for? Personally, I don't find arrogant people attractive. Personally, I don't find such people attractive. I'm the kind of person that if I meet you and if you tell me too much about, I am this, I am that, it puts me off. Humility attracts. Oh my God, I find humility very attractive. Very, very attractive. Personally, any man or woman that discourages your vision, talent, please free for your life. Oh, that's another one. Linus is saying that sometimes people discourage your talent because of what's it called now? Because of their ego. They don't want you to rise above them. They don't want you to do better than them. Do you know? So it can happen. Because of their what's it called? Ulterior motives. There are people that want you to be beneath them in one way or the other. That's another good sign. So speaking for myself, like I don't find arrogant people attractive at all. Even if you are the best guitar player in the world, and if let's say I love music, right? I mean, if I met someone that is a great guitar player, and then he never he said, I play the guitar or whatever, I just says it by the way, and then I hear them and they're amazing. I'm like, wow. He didn't even brag about it. That will make me, oh my God, I will fall Yakata, because it's humility. Do you understand? It's humility. But when somebody can say, I'm the best guitar player that I know. I learned guitar playing from the world-class guitarist. I learned it from, my tutor. Do you know Frank Sinatra? Yes, my tutor was actually in the band of Frank. Am I saying the name right? Is that Frank Sinatra? Whatever, you know what I mean, and then, in 1985, I went to this concert, and this concert was a concert for, who is who in society. And then there is this, when I start hearing those things like that, for me, arrogance is a quality in people that it does not stand alone. Most arrogant people have other things. Insecurity. Maria Oni said insecurity. That's another thing, because their insecurity sometimes can make them treat you in a particular way, because you would think it's you, but it's their insecurity that's giving you problems. Same here. Arrogance puts me off so much. That is Ima Obong Israel saying that. Same here. Arrogance puts me off big time. And people that are arrogant feel like they can buy you with their achievement. It's true. But one thing about a lot of arrogant people is that arrogance does not stand alone. Most of the time, arrogance has stubbornness alongside with them. A lot of arrogant people have anger issues. A lot of arrogant people have so many other things. It takes a lot of those other traits to be arrogant. Arrogant people, do you know what I mean? Humility says a lot about people as well. Most people that are humble typically are people that are not, they are not show-offy. They are not easily angry. There's so many traits that goes with humility. They know how to say sorry. They never want to prove that they know it all. But arrogant people can never agree they've done wrong. You understand? Man without self-confidence, it can be a problem. Can be. There are some men that have no self-confidence because they are shy by nature. Some men are like that, right? But there are some men that have no self-confidence, but it can end up being a problem, because if they see you with confidence, your confidence can be biting them like whatever. It can be pissing them off. It may be okay in the marriage, but when it ends, that is what is going to be the driving force behind every single thing or every single hell they put you through. Every single hell they put you through. So going back to arrogance, you know, I personally, like I'm saying for myself, arrogance is one of the signs of, you know, signs of someone that may be trouble in the future. You understand? Because a lot of the time, arrogant people in a marriage, they want it to be their way or no other way. Humble people don't behave like that. Those are signs, right? And when somebody is too focused on telling you who they are, what they have achieved, and they just speak a lot about it. Another thing, me personally, I don't like a man that talks too much. I don't know why. One, I'm someone that I feel like I have enough talking in me. I have enough talking in me. But the thing is this, most of the time, people that talk too much, man that talks too much, sometimes do not have the ability to listen because they want to just talk rather than listen. And me, I like to be listened to. This is personal one now I'm saying, right? So, and then another area again, as per talking a lot, and apart from the aspect of not listening, sometimes when a man that talks too much can be a big problem because they don't know when to stop. You get my point? They don't know when to stop. They don't know when to keep this in the family or take it out. They don't know where to. Do you know there's some men that talk too much and they can just be at work and the next thing they will start talking about something that has nothing to do with their job. They start telling co-workers. Those are not good qualities. Men that talk too much. You know what I mean? Men that want Israel is saying, Ima Obong said, men that want you to be totally dependent on them. That's another sign. Because when you're dependent on them, you know, finance. In my language, you say, Akunesi Obike, which is Igbo language. It says, wealth makes the heart strong. There's a kind of confidence that money can give you. Do you know what I mean? So, you know that confidence you have, that I have the money. Sometimes poor people have no confidence. They can walk into a shop and they are walking like, you know, can I afford that? Can I touch that? What if it breaks? But a rich person walks in and be like, even if it breaks, I have the money. I use that as an example, but it's a sign. There's something that money does. It makes the heart strong. So men, someone is trying to call again. Okay, Michael, I don't know what's happening. It may not connect. If it is failed, it failed, Michael, sorry. What was that I was saying? They want you to, where is that? Okay, so that depends on them. Yeah. So some men, they believe that the way they can hold a woman down, when I say hold down, oppress, is to make sure she has no money. If she depends on me for money, she won't have confidence. I could be rude to her. I could be nasty to her. I could do this and that. She won't talk because she has no money. And that is why a lot of African homes, Nigerian homes, you know, traditionally, or ancient times even, that a lot of our mothers stayed in marriages because if I leave, I have no money. Because the man is the breadwinner, is everything. So she doesn't know, where am I going to start from? I don't have a house to my name. I don't have a bank account. Where do I start from? So there are men that they know that if they keep you financially dependent on them, you will never have a voice. They could be cheating on you. They could be violent towards you. They could do whatever. You will never walk away because they have become your all in all. A mini God, basically. So you're staying there because you have no choice. So that's another important point that Israel made them. Maria Oni said, they want you to be where they want you to be. That's it. They want you to, yeah, that's true. And because there are some men that would marry you. They could marry a girl from the village and they will send her to get the best education in the world. They will do everything to make sure she comes up to date, if that makes sense. There are some men like that because they are genuinely trying to build their wife to the standard they want her to be. You know what I mean? There's some men like that. And, you know, I remember, okay, let me not go into that. It's going to make it too long. There are men like that. They will marry whoever. I love her. She's not here. I'll bring her up there. But unfortunately, there are some on the other side. They want you to be, where they want you to be. Some of them will want you to be somewhere because if you go higher, they can become jealous. You know what I mean? So Another good point. Avoid someone who competes with you or someone who makes you feel inferior. Absolutely true. Absolutely. Absolutely. And how can they make you feel inferior? They may be like, what school did you go to? And you'll be like, I went to such and such. Oh, okay. I went to whatever, Cambridge, something like that. Do you know what I mean? Or they will start telling you whatever so that you feel like you're less, less than them. Or, so a man that makes you feel inferior is another sign. Because let me tell you what ends up happening. You may marry them and you always begin to feel like you're inferior. I know men that have married after a while, they end up going to date somebody else and be like, oh, my wife is not up to scratch. She's not up to the standard. I'm educated. I am this. I am that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? That is another important point. So I think we've listed a lot of. How long have we been here now? Let's see if I can see how long we've been here. Does anybody know how long we've been here? Let me look and see if I can tell. Oh, sorry. How long have we been here? Have we exhausted all the points? Oh, 1 hour. Time they fly. Oh. The time flew. Can you imagine? Only 3 people now shared the thing. Guys, share the video. Yes, you're right. Share the video. Like I see people sometimes they share it and then they share it after the video is over. People are asking questions or questions we've already answered. I honestly that he needs to be alone and seriously sick. How come I missed that comment? Somebody is replying to a comment, but I didn't see. I honestly that he needs to be alone and seriously sick. Can I see it? Let me tap into it. Okay. Oh, I didn't see the comment. There was a comment by Holland. It says, I honestly that he needs to be alone and seriously seek counseling. All his relationships are failed ones. Brazilian girl. Oh, you're talking about Justin. Okay. Brazilian girl, other Nigerian girl, Korra. And then sister replied and said, they both need counseling. KO talked about her. KO. Who is KO? Okay, Korra Obidi. Sorry, guys. KO talked about her past failed relationship with Nigerian men. She was the one who cheated first. She confessed. The Brazilian lady was after her cheating behavior. So this is not one-sided. They both need counseling. And then Holland said, I agree. Sorry, Holland, I didn't see your comment. I don't know why I'm only seeing it after somebody replied to it. We need to tell our children not to settle for less. That's another. It's a good point, but when you say settle for less, what do you mean? Because if you talk about settle for less, is it financially? Because the possibility of meeting somebody that is financially at the same level with you is not always possible. Somebody's always going to have better income than the other. In most cases, men in our society end up having better financial position than women, but it's changing. A lot of us in this generation, we're raising our children equally. I'm raising my female children equally. I'm raising my male children equally. I've told you guys I have 3 children in colleges. And I'm not going to say my son should go to college, my daughter should be washing plates, or you know what I mean? So I raise them equally. And then when they finish, I won't be surprised if, for example, if my daughter has a job that pays more than my son or whatever. It can happen. So the world is changing where we're giving equal rights, opportunities and everything to both men and women. So financially is a tricky one. When some people say don't marry a man that is less financially than you, the chances of finding someone that is at the same level is different. But as people have found situations where they feel like, okay, maybe the woman I'm trying to marry is only marrying me for money, she does not love me, or the man I'm marrying is only marrying me because I have this, that, or my father is rich or something like that, not because he loves me. So but there are men that have married women that has more money than them and they're happily married ever after. You know what I mean? So it's a tricky one. But when you say don't settle, I personally will speak about the area of, I like this guy, but he's arrogant. And I, for example, know that I can't stand arrogant people. And I say, no man is perfect. Let me settle. That is one area of settling. You understand? Or you don't like a man that is lazy. For example, be like, I don't like a man that is lazy. He's not making any effort. But there's no man is perfect. Let me settle and manage him. That area. Okay, yeah, you already said it. Okay, she said, Maria said, not about money. So, yeah. Okay, so settling sometimes is about, look at my age. I'm getting to this age. Let me just manage this lady. Or let me just manage this guy. most of the cases is women that want to manage, because our society is designed in a way that man has so many options. He can choose or whatever. It's women that sometimes be like, oh, look at my age, let me just manage. Manage how many years of your life? I suggest, Linus Precious said, I suggest that settling for less is a topic for another day. It's true, because it is a big topic that require our calls. This thing, maybe I should get a specific WhatsApp number actually, so people can be calling, because this thing, I used to like this because people can just call directly, but maybe I should do that. And okay, and Lionel said, please create a day for it, please, ma'am. Okay, I will try. But maybe, like I said, I should get a WhatsApp number. If this does not work, people can ring. Again, I'm saying this. I believe that there's so much we can learn from these couples people allow on the internet. You know, some people can use them as entertainment. Come back from work and have their lunch, have a cup of tea and everything. Let me see that. What am I going to do? There's nothing on the news. Okay, what is Korra doing today? Boom. People can do that. What is this? What is Justin doing today? But use it to fill up your evening or whatever. But I believe that there's so much we can learn from this couple's drama, and people can take the advantage and use it for learning, or just continue to just watch it as ordinary entertainment that people don't get to learn anything from it. And Israel is back and says there is so much I've learned from Korra's marriage. In finance, I used to believe couples should run joint account. I've never believed in joint account. Personally, I've never. From their marriage, I've learned that money could kill relationships, and a joint account should be for paying bills. Every couple should have personal account. I have never believed in joint account. My own reason wasn't even that you will chop my money or whatever. No. Why I never like joint account is that there are some things you want to spend money on that I may not be a fan of. And I don't want to have to frown at it and be like, why did he spend the money on that? There may be things I want to spend money on that you may not be a fan of. And you'll not be happy because I spent money on it. And I like the freedom of spending my money without asking or saying, you know what, this is what I want to spend it on. No, I like that freedom. If she was saying, you can actually have a joint account that's okay, this is for family savings, right? This is the account that we put money, we can always discuss how we spend it. Or this is where we put money that we use for weekend or end of the month family dinner. This is where we put money aside for eventualities and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? But for your everyday whatever, no, personally, I'm not a fan. I've never been a fan of it. And money can cause problem. Money can. So people need to plan ahead and look for ways to avoid where it gets to that. It depends on the mindset. Okay, so sister is replying to the area of this joint account. And there's someone new here now. Oh, sorry. How do you say your name? Saud Bailey says, you know how I know he's not good. Okay. You know how I know he's not good. Who is he? Please always put names, because I don't know where. I'm assuming now he's Justin. What if I'm wrong? So always put the name, because those are the only people we're talking about. So he said, you know how I know he is no good. The kids spend Christmas with his parents. Now he don't want the kids to go Nigeria because he's not there. Okay, but he didn't have his kids. I don't think he only had a second child now, and there's no Christmas since he had a second child. So not kids. Kid, it was only one, and they went to see his family. I made the video already, and I said, you know, some people believe that because or whatever Korra cannot go to Nigeria. She can. If he doesn't agree, they go to court, let the judge decide, right? But some things that would help is if Korra owns a house in America, or she has investments that shows that this is her new home. Those are the things that, if you let me tell you, the children are not prisoners in America. They are not. Some people make the mistake of thinking everything is in Justin's court. You know, he's the white man or he's the American. Korra is the immigrant. It doesn't work that way. The only thing, let me tell you, the judges or the courts are there to make sure that nobody runs away with the children, right? Now, the same way he took them to his village, took Korra and the child to his village or his hometown, is the same way Korra has taken him and the child to Nigeria. They've done that in the past. But now, as we speak, if Korra wants to take the children to Nigeria, she can. She will go to court. and let the court decide if they are satisfied that she's honestly going to bring them back. That's all it takes. So people should not make that mistake. I made a video, but some people left comment and said, yeah, they've been through it and they did take their children to Nigeria on holidays and they came back. Okay, don't ever go with that. The court can decide. But like I said, there are some things that will make a court believe that, okay, she's not going to run away with the children. I personally do not think Korra will run away. I do not see Korra like someone that wants to settle in Nigeria. One, the way she dresses, she knows, she already said it. That she said it, there was a video in which she said that she's living her American dream. She said in Nigeria, if you dress like this, that they will even naked you and say, you want to be naked. But she praised America. And she spoke about the fact that she's enjoying the freedom that America offers. Korra is not someone, from what I'm seeing, that is planning to go and settle in Nigeria. She wants the American life. So I don't see her wanting to run away with the children. Personally, from looking at it. But to prove it to a court of law, she has to show signs that America has become her home. Own a home, own some things that shows that this is your home country now. And another thing, if I believe it's ridiculous for anybody to want to use this as an excuse to oppress the other one and say you can't take my children to or take the children to your home country, because the children are not they're not prisoners in America, and there is a big world out there to be seen. And I feel it's stupid for any couple to want to use the children in that way. There is a big world out there to be seen. If you, as a couple, any of them decides to deal with the other one and say you will not take them to your, and then the court says the children cannot leave America. So these children, their friends will be on summer holidays and be like, we went to Spain, we went to whatever, or we went to Thailand, and then they say we didn't travel because our father and our mother are too stubborn to agree to allow us to have a passport so we can go see the world. So at the end of the day, it is the children that is affected. By the time they are 16, some countries say 16, some are 18, they're old enough to make their own decision. But the thing is this, there is a life before the age of 18. They would have missed out on a lot before they get to the age of 18. And why? Because their parents, or one parent is too stubborn and wants to punish the other one. But the process punish these children. 18 years is a long time. There is a life, massive life to be lived before the age of 18. It shouldn't be destroyed because one parent or the other is trying to be punishing the other one with what's it called now? You know what I mean? Okay, so did I finish that comment? Depends on the mindset. So Israel is trying to assist and says it's better avoided. The many stories I've heard from Korra case is it doesn't go well. Okay, she's still talking about the joint account, right? Israel, don't forget this, right? This is a lesson or a message you have grabbed from their story, right? Another person may not grab the same story. Hold on to what you have grabbed. That person's perspective may be different and it may suit them, but you are the one that have said, this is what I've grabbed from it. You understand? And it's something you can choose to apply. The other person may not see it because I don't even know what country sister is from. So her perspective on life may be completely different. But I know money can cause problems. I know that. And let me tell you guys, right? When I look at the history of this whole thing, I'm looking at cases where I'm thinking to myself, could it be that Korra was making so much money and that money built her confidence? Because I said it, my language, Akuwa, sorry, it's not Akuwa, Akunesio Bike, her money she was making could have added a bit more confidence, that maybe confidence she's not expressing in the marriage, maybe, I'm just saying maybe, that she did not express before. And the guy couldn't handle the level of confidence that has grown, or how much it had grown since she became successful, you know, on these platforms. Because as far as I know, Facebook was not monetized before, right? And judging by how he now has become a content creator, is making me even say more that it's possible that he became jealous of the money she makes. I'm just saying possible, because remember, you know the difference. Maybe, I'm thinking, my opinion, possible. So I can't say categorically. I'm looking from what I'm saying. He is now creating live videos. And let's not forget too quickly. This guy initially said even that he said it, that he was, you know, I'm not going to post my children on the internet. When they broke up, I'm not going to post them on the internet, blah, blah, blah. He said all of those things. The internet, whatever, he said it. But now he's doing opposite of what he said. You see it? The same guy that said, don't give her stars. She's a millionaire. Don't give her stars. I saw a video where he said, I don't know how the starting works. You know, I don't know if it's Facebook that'll give it to you by themselves or whatever. You know, I'm not going to ask for it, but I'm going to just have it there if anybody wants to give me or whatever. The person that said don't give his ex-wife stars is now even talking about it. The one that said I will not post his children on the internet, and indirectly or whatever way he phrased it. If anybody remembers how he said it, word for word, please write in the comment section. After he basically talked about I will not post my children on the internet, what is he doing now? He said he's posting the children more than anybody ever expected. He is basically, from what we have seen, become a full-time content creator. That he's posting when he's on holidays, he's carrying camera and he's showing the streets of where he is on holidays. He's doing hotel room tour and all of those things. He went from saying he will not and then doing even more than, you get my point? So it's making me say, could it be that he was jealous of what she was beginning to do, financially able to do, achieve with her platform? Okay, let's see. Okay, Linus Precious said, if Korra dressed like that in some place in Nigeria, people will stone her. She knows. She knows. Nigeria is not a, which I don't support. I don't support stoning people, but that's the truth. It depends on part of Nigeria. For example, the northern Nigeria, you can't dress like that in northern Nigeria. You'll be ground to dust. Northern Nigeria, you can't dress like that. In the north, there are predominantly Muslims in the north. For anyone that does not know, northern part of Nigeria, there'll be predominantly Muslims. And the sister says the court has to make the decision, not Justin. I made that video. Some people argue with me. I left it after a while. I said, there's no point. You can't get to these people. The court can make that decision. And for the court to make that decision, they have to be satisfied that truly Korra is going to be coming back. Do you know what I mean? And then imagine that Justin would just be there. The court would just say, yeah, awarded, and that's it. And it's a shame when the court then takes away your power as a father. Something you could have just done by yourself and just take the glory, if I can use that word, and just take. If the court now says sign it, you must sign it, or the court. I don't know about America, but in Europe, my part of Europe where I live, they call it I forgot, dispense. The court will dispense your signature. The judge will sign it right there and then. So they dispense, they dispense your signatures. Like your signature is no longer required. A judge then signs your children's passport. Do you know what I mean? I feel like it's belittling for a judge to sign your children's passport. If the man is not in the same country or whatever reason, but because you're stubborn, you don't agree. Let me finish that comment. And it says, the court has to make the decision, not Justin. He also has to sign their passport. The court has to determine if she is a flight risk. I already said that. Neither one could take the children out of the state. So the court can decide. Okay. And then, so because if they can't take the children out of the state, it means that if he refused to let Korra, she can say, okay, you cannot take them to your village. You have to be in this California. Let's do this shop together. Who is anyways, people should learn to separate children from their own personal traumas. From my perspective, money has been a major issue that caused their marriage to fail. I don't know why part of me feels that it must have played a big part, because I keep saying it. Costing. Justin is the one, I almost said the two names together. Korra and Justin, and I always say costing. So sorry. Justin, what was I saying? Justin, major issue caused them. Yeah. I lost my train of. From my perspective, money has been, Justin is the one that came out and said he is divorcing his wife, right? And I made the video, I showed you guys, he actually didn't file. It was Korra that ended up, after a month or something, that ended up filing. Okay, he did not file. Okay, and then the reason for the divorce, at first he said, I can no longer be treated this way. And then later on he said, because she hurt June. See if I can find it, because I do small research before I do my video, and if I don't know something, I will say it. Okay, it's going to be hard for you guys. Can I flip the camera while it's on live video? Yes, I can. So let me flip this camera so I can. Okay, let me flip it so you guys can read with me. If I do it like this, see, sorry. If I do it like this, you can't read it because it's left-handed. So, but if I do it this way, you guys can read with me. Sorry, let me remove it. Okay, so let me flip it. Let me see if I know how to do it. Okay. Oh, I hope you guys can see it. It's flashlight as well. It says, This is what he posted. All right, he said, Korra, Obidi, and I are getting a divorce. It's over. Yeah, I won't be treated. Sorry, guys, it's going ahead. He said, I won't be treated this way longer. I did my absolute best to make it work. That was the first thing he said, though. Then later on, oh, that battery is dying. Later on, let me find the second one. Later on, this is what we have. It was all over the news. I got this from a news article. He said, I divorced Korra. That was after Korra put a restraining order on him for not returning the children. A breastfeeding baby. The caring father did not consider the father. My baby needs to go back and continue with the breastfeeding. He sees the children as according to Korra, and then they have to use the court order. This is what he now said when he came out crying and calling people to go, and they basically sending an army towards Korra. And he said, I divorced Korra because she hurt June, my older child. Korra Obidi husband cries out, right? So now, did he divorce her because I can no longer be treated this way, which is because of the way she treats him, or is it because of the way she treats June? You see that the story no straight. Let me flip the camera back to myself, guys. And flip. So for somebody to not say money may have been the problem, it's possible, because I talk and say it never still makes sense. It still have not made sense. A lot of the, and let me tell you, people have right to divorce. They don't even have to tell you the reason. But since you choose to come and tell the reason, make your story, make it a quantize. Make it you understand? Let your story be straight. Nobody asks you why you're divorcing, and you don't have to tell anybody. You owe nobody explanation. But let your story be straight. One day it is because you can no longer be treated this way. Another day is because of the way she treats you. So is it because of the way she treats you, or is it because of the way she treats June? Let's not forget the treating part. Or if we go to that side, it's another dimension altogether. So at the end of the day, we no longer know exactly. But I personally, it seems like money must have played a role. Do you know what I mean? You know? Okay, sister says she's I am Caribbean woman living in America for the past 50 years. Oh wow. Okay. 2 of them was in the marriage for something else. From something else I tell. Only God knows. Now, only 2 of them know. And God. I'm a Caribbean. That is sister saying that for over 50 years. Oh, wow. You see why you should be respecting people in this comment section. If she has been there for over 50 years, it means that she knows una mate. She senior many of una. Do you know what I say? You know, so sometimes when you come here, and that's how I feel about the internet. And that's why I also cringe when like Korra insults people or whatever. You don't know who you're insulting. Do you know what I mean? You don't know who you're talking to. You don't know who is out there. There are some people that are people of substance that may be there in your comment section. So when you do sweeping remarks and call people goats or call people this, and you don't know who you're speaking to, it's always good to consider things like that. And you know, so he mentioned that he asked Korra not to work initially. Oh, did he? If he said, that was Israel comment I read, and Israel's comment, if he said, you are on point, Summer, thank you. Imam Obong said, he said Korra dislocated June's shoulder. I don't know why I'm laughing. She dislocated the shoulder. How did they go to the hospital to fix it? Or he chiropractored it back in position? Because if you, oh yeah, I think he said that. Yeah. So wait, though, if June's shoulder was dislocated, did they not go to the hospital to relocate it? Sorry if I laugh. I just feel like it's not professional for me to be laughing. Sorry, guys. Okay. If he's saying that Korra dislocated June's shoulder, did they take her to the hospital to relocate it? Or he chiropractored it back in place? He did not explain that. This is what I'm talking about, story where to make sense, right? So his story has never been straight. He also said Korra cheated. Sorry. He also said Korra, sorry guys. Sorry. Yeah. He also said Korra cheated. Korra is a narcissist. He was the first person that used the word narcissist. Unfortunately, like I said, he's like a stone. He threw the word like a stone at Korra. Korra's people, a lot of people, picked up all the stones and started throwing back at him. That now he is the one that is even called a narcissist more than Korra was ever called. Because some people call Korra a narcissist as well. But and let's be honest here, see, when this whole thing started, I think Korra had a lot of support, at the beginning, especially for when she didn't say too much. she gained a lot of respect. And then she came out once and did that video where she was emotional, and a lot of people warmed up to her. A lot of Nigerians were like, this is our sister. A lot of people were like, I was also saying that she just had a baby. I've never said stay with her because she just had a baby. No, I believe go your separate ways than hurt each other, because when people have already gone that heated, things can happen. People can lose it, you know, and do the worst things. So go separate ways is the safest thing to do, right? But leaving her is one thing. That's okay. But deciding to tarnish her image without proof, we still don't have any proof. Tarnish her image, drag her all over the internet, even if not for anything else. That is the mother of your children. Walking away was fine. I can say that is harmless. He has the right to walk away. But you don't have the right to destroy people or try to destroy people. And the fact that she just had a baby. So people say, she just had a baby, why will you leave her? No, it's okay, leave, that's fine. But she just had a baby. The emotional turmoil that he brought on her were cruel. She forget it, you don't love her anymore, that's fine. If you love your child, you should be like, okay, that woman is breastfeeding my child. I want her in a good mental state so that she can feed my child well, so that my child will be nourished, so that she can look after my child. Forget about Korra, but about your child. But he didn't do that. He prioritized his pain, his bitterness over everything else. My perspective. People say he shouldn't have left that. No, it's okay, leave. But the area that I have issue with is the internet dragging. And do you remember the breast milk dried up? It dried, stress that she was going through made the breast milk dry up. So in that area, no. So Korra got a lot of support at the beginning, but I don't know why. I don't know whether the support went to her head and she became very, let's be honest, Korra did some things that she shouldn't have. You know, all these calling people goats, and I think the numbers that she has, maybe like, pata pata, so people can leave. I have a large number of people. And then that thing that happened showed her that numbers is not always, it doesn't really go by numbers. The competition she lost at shows you that number is not everything. How people connect with you is important as well. You understand? So Korra had the massive support, but she started losing it because of the way some of the things she did. You think the Justin that is on his platform and starts to say, people are this, I'm just going to bear it for my children. You don't think the guy knows what he's doing? He knows what he's doing. Do you think Justin doesn't know how to call people goats and cows? He can do it if he wants to. If we can see a video where he was not being filmed and he was calling the mother of his children a W, a H, some of those words, it shows you that he's capable of spitting out words, but he doesn't do it on his platform. It's called marketing strategy. You understand? It's called marketing strategy. He knows what he's trying to promote. He wants people to love him. He wants people to whatever. I'm not saying be fake, but I've said it before. If you're presenting yourself to the public, you have to be presentable. If a visitor knocks at your door and you say, I have 2 cups of drink, let me tidy up my table, let me move this, my computer is here, let me put it in my room, let me just tidy up this. Does it make me fake? No. I'm trying to present my house to my visitor the way I would love my house to be presented. You get the point? So it's not being fake. Korra needs to present herself, present her show. It's basically a show. The way that it's going to be presentable. Because now market you sell. Your viewers are basically the customers. They should enjoy your show and love your presentation. That's what it is. That's what I wanted to say. He also, I already read that one. So Chu, how do I say your name? Chu Priska. I don't know how to say that Chu part, but let's say Chu Priska. Priska says, Summer Justin is too confusing. Confusing is an understatement. Lionel says, it is also the same here. Her ex-husband has no right to stop her. Children court has the final say, and they are very serious about children's issue. If they are in Germany, government will collect the children from them because of their drama, especially the one her daughter got injured. Oh, I've heard that a lot. Oh, people have even, I know the lady one time that inboxed me and she told me that this Korra drama and Justin drama, if it was in Germany, the government would have taken it over. I've never been to Germany, so I don't know. But I've heard that they're very, very strict. They say that government is very strict, that they could decide that this drama, these children do not belong here, and they will take them. That's what I heard. I've never been there. They can take them off them and say, only give them visitations and stuff like that. You're right. Rosalina says, you're so right. I recently stopped talking to someone because of this. I don't like lying. When people start lying, it's hard to know what to believe when they are speaking. Someone, I feel it's deeper than that. Because of the CPS case, she has shown her parental skills online. There is a reason why he is also showing the kids online. My point is they shouldn't not have, or should not have brought the children online. That's how I feel about it. But I think money has taken over. I think they've put money above, you know what I mean, everything else. I remember when I started creating content, I used to show my family. But after a while, when I realized how toxic the internet is, I said, no, I put my children away. I put my whole family away, and that's why now I don't show them at all. When they grow up and they want to be on the internet, let them make that choice themselves. But I don't want to be responsible for putting them on the. And then my platform is not even toxic like their own. Their own is very toxic. And I said the other day, you see people leaving comments that are negative on a 3-year-old child. And I have never seen Justin tell people on his platform, don't talk about my children like that. I've never seen it. But I have seen Korra say, children are off limits. Don't talk about my children. I've seen that. But I've never seen Justin do it. So I think to a great extent, you see the love of money, I think it has taken over. That they have, I feel like children are, money is being prioritized above the needs and the safety and well-being of the children. That's how I feel. According to Nancy's explanation, Justin divorced Korra because of money. Oh, wow. Which video was that? Which one was that? Where did Nancy say that? Or if you're judging by Nancy's explanation, that's what you mean, right? I want to be sure it's not a video that I've missed or I didn't watch it. Israel says, I felt like Korra showed more affection and was more in love. Sorry. I was more in love. Justin had left the marriage a long time ago. The both of them have issues. It's scary though, because now that he came out himself and said that he named he named Korra. Sorry guys, he named Athena, and he said he named her Athena. It means the goddess of war and wisdom, because he knew he was going to leave. That he knew he was going to leave and all of those things, you know. And then it makes sense, because I made a video which was saying that to leave 4 days after a baby is born, you don't leave suddenly like that. Something is possible. He already planned to leave. That's how I feel, right? And then he said it, that he already knew he was going to leave, and he chose that name Athena because it means the goddess of, what did he call it again? The goddess of war and wisdom. So he was trying to fight a war. I want to use wisdom to fight that war. Have you not waiting in me? You understand? So, and you see why it's scary is that you watch the video of the day the baby was born, and goodness. See, one of the scariest things in life is when you live with, or when, if I can use the word enemy, when an enemy is so close. You see, with the enemy you have outside cannot do much. Do you know what I mean? To see those videos, I say, so this guy knew he was going to leave, and he was acting so normal. That's scary. This is, I'm not lying on him. He said it, that if I'm lying, tell me. He said he named the child Athena because, and he doesn't realize that he's beginning to, I feel like that was going to put a bit of a dent in that girl's name. So people are going to, I don't feel, he's not bringing the children into it is not nice. You're basically saying that this girl, your name is the name that I named you towards war and wisdom. Who wants to know that their father named them, war and wisdom? The war against their mother. You're spoiling the name that people are, oh, it sounds nice. Is that not spoiling the name for the little girl? That your name is a war and wisdom against your mother. It doesn't sound good now. But when you watch the video of the few days before they had the baby, they were dancing together now. And to know that this guy that is dancing is planning to leave, is that not scary? It's like a horror movie. That this guy that was dancing with her, he doesn't do, Korra does the dancing. He basically just stands and is kind of holding on to Korra. So while he was doing all that, he was planning war and wisdom. And he was acting normal. I beg, is that not scary? For someone to decide they want to be with you, nobody was able to act like everything was okay. Korra said in one video and said, as far as I was concerned, my marriage was going well. Oh, I did not know. Like this thing, what's that English? Blindsided her. That's what she said. Right? So, Okay. He said, I felt like Korra showed more affection and was more in love. But don't really go by what is shown on the internet, because some people can, you know, can, I'm not saying, but what's it called? You can't really tell people, you know, that aside, it's possible she was more in love. It's possible. Another thing is, you know, I didn't know until people left comment and say, oh, she even the doctor, that she was the one that was always sorry guys, that was always introducing him as doctor. She was always saying, you know, doctor, because she wanted everyone to say her husband is a doctor. What I'm laughing is that the day she now got angry and she said the daughter hurt her head, she now said, before you use my children to advertise bonnet, whatever, doctor. She now call him doctor. She now call him doctor in a different way. So she not believe in this is doctor thing. But she was calling him doctor before when they were together and doing lovey-dovey. Now she now said, before you go and whatever with my children, whatever, doctor. In a how do I say, the way she called it this time is like, almost like saying yeah, doctor, basically. But anyways, so and I think, when people say she's naked, she is this, she is that, I feel like to a great extent she felt like having a husband, Oyibo man, and not a doctor was something people are going to say, she know they dress well, but Oyibo, that she has a husband. The husband became, I think, you see what I'm saying? I feel like the husband became something that was good for her. It's like a balance. Okay, she doesn't dress. It's like when they talk about my dressing, at least I have a doctor husband. I think so. Because see now, that since they broke up, people now speak about her dressing so much. It seems like it's more than before. As if she started doing it today. Oh, how did this man manage? How did that? But the man was with her all these years. So what manage was he managing? He married her like that. He met her like that. You understand? So it became like the man was a bit of a covering. So that covering is gone. Rain just they fall inside because there's no more. I'm not saying it's, but I'm trying to say, you know what I mean? So to a great extent, people now feel like, let's start dropping everything inside because there's no longer that. Okay. So people used to say, what it concern you? Now where they even talk about her dressing. See, that's how they talk. I never see husband. See, she married doctor. Do you know what I mean? So it was a thing of pride in a way, But anyways, I felt like Korra showed more affection. They both. If I look at some of the videos, honestly, he used to look cold. I've said it before. I'm not God. I don't know, but I'm being honest. You know what they say? The eyes are it's like a window to the soul. There's a way they say it. I'm being 100%. And when I look at this guy's eyes, personally, I feel a lot of coldness just by look. I personally, you understand? So maybe it's his nature, whatever, and why Korra is the giddy type or whatever. But I personally, I don't know if any of you have noticed it. When you look deep in his eyes, I don't know. I always get a bit of chills. Honestly, I'm being honest. I always, I don't know. But anyways, and then he said that he has planned to live before, and he named a child Goddess of War and Wisdom. She doesn't know how to handle constructive. She doesn't know at all. And the thing is that if you, Israel, Ima, I'm going to perfect your first name, Ima Obong. Well, Ima Obong. She doesn't. If you said a comment that is wrong, she will insult you and insult all the people that are around you. Do you understand? And something else. You see now, there was somebody that was. She was. Whatever. I don't even want to say what the person wrote. It wasn't something, but I didn't even bother. What did I do? I said goodbye. I blocked the person, and then we continue. But when you now, because one person pissed you off, and the whole show, I call it show, becomes completely ruined. You're now lashing out at everybody. It means you're not ready to present yourself to the world. So one person can just destroy your mood, and you begin to blast everybody. It's not working out well for her. It's not. Even the constructive criticism, and I'm going to say it. Let's be honest. If I'm being honest about Justin, I'm going to be honest about Korra as well. I personally do not understand how a 31-year-old African woman, especially, cannot look after her daughter's hair. I don't understand how she's struggling with it. And personally, I'm being honest, I don't understand it. Because her own hair is tough. If it's even Oyibo woman, you will say, okay, she has straight hair. She doesn't know how to manage June's hair. But Korra's hair is the toughest of the toughest. The other time she posted a video, you can see her hair is moist. Her hair is whatever. And then she's combing June's hair and she's combing it dry. I struggle to understand. And when somebody left her a comment, I said the other day, and saying, get a hairdresser. My kids, Like when I came abroad, I didn't know how to make hair. I'm not talking, you see your own child's hair is the one you just brush, you pack it, and you're gone. Right? Our daughter's hair is the softest of them all. But sometimes you, like, I don't want to do hair every day. I want to do braid. I want to, so the hair that can last a week. I paid hairdressers because I can't afford it. I can't do it. I tried my best to learn, but I wasn't very good. If I do it 2 days, it's gone. But if I go to hairdresser, they can do something that will last a while. We have schools, we have this, we have that. I was in college. There was so much that was going on. And somebody suggested to her that, you know, and the person even gave her stars, paid her own money. I said, Korra, I'm not being mean. He said, get a hairdresser and you thank me for this. It's very handy for school and this and that. Love ya. So the person end the comment. Korra blasted this person and blocked this person. That was not even the criticism. That was advice. Korra blocked that person. You think that is that person that is blocked that is hurt. It's a lie. There are some viewers that will be hurt on behalf of that person and become enemies of Korra. It did happen. You see people that will go to Justin and say, I used to support Korra. I don't support her anymore. They have changed camp. You get my point? She needs to know how to manage all these things, you know. And the fact that you have 6 million followers and someone that does not even have up to, that person had 500, not even 1,000. 500, do you know the difference between 500 followers? She had 478 followers. She does not have Facebook, only Instagram. And someone with 6 million lost. It tells you. And let me tell you what I believe happened. Some of Korra's viewers decided to invest their money. That's why I say you don't know who is watching you. Some of the people that are watching you may be multi-millionaires. Out of the 6 million, there may be some multi-millionaires watching you there. And then they saw that behavior and said that behavior cannot be rewarded. And people were saying you can pay extra for votes. There may be a millionaire that's watching and say, you know what? Let me throw 20,000 pounds or dollars to vote for somebody else. Let me put this. It can happen. Let me throw this 50,000. What's it called? $50,000 dollars to make sure Korra doesn't win. It can happen because that thing was so tricky. You remember the last minute she began to lead. It's possible somebody that is rich, well-to-do, is watching and said, you know what? I'm going to wait until 10 minutes before it's over. I will crash this whole thing for her. It can happen. So that's why when you're presenting yourself, you have to be careful how you present yourself to the public. When they say customer, how do they talk now? It's basically about customer service. Because we want customer comes and say, I don't like the way that shop, their whatever. That person's message to the world or review can kill your business. So this thing she's doing is a business. You should manage it properly. Sorry, guys. Let me get to more comments, and then I'm going to round up shortly. Korra is... Okay. Sora doesn't know how to handle custody. Okay. And Lionel said, Korra is not narcissist. Rather, that guy is. If he tries such wicked acts of leaving a woman some weeks after birth in some families in Nigeria, men will bring back his senses by beating him. Me, I will never speak against living. Live in peace. But he didn't want to live in peace. He wanted to live in pieces. Basically, I feel like he wanted to destroy her. Right? And let me not talk too much. Let me just leave it there. Let me leave it there. But I feel like some men need to meet, they need to meet a match, like in some ways. Let me tell you another thing I feel. When I find someone that is always dating foreigners, right? And especially they are not dating foreigners that are in their own country. Foreigners that are coming from outside. Because foreigners that are in their country are basically already, their eyes don't shine, their eyes don't open. You understand? But the ones that come in, the JJCs, when some people call it the Messiah effect, you know what I mean? So it's another thing. There are some things, let me tell you guys. You see all those, Korra did threesome, Korra did that. Another woman can decide to sue him. Is a big case. That is a deformation of character. Let him go and bring proof on when he saw Don Jazzy on top of Korra. He has to bring proof. That is big. And you see, when people talk about defamation, it has to be something that is done publicly. He did it publicly. There's another woman that will say, I will drag you to court and I will make sure you suffer for what you put me through. Do you know what I mean? So all those other areas, he could be sued for all of that. I'm on live video, okay? Okay, so Korra is not a narcissist. Rather, that guy, if it okay, I already read that comment. I believe it's okay to live in peace, but don't live and try to hurt somebody in the process. Live in peace. Someone remember a few days before leaving, she asked him to get her a jacket. Okay. Her response to fans online, he is my houseboy. To me, that was extremely disrespectful. I made a video about that actually, and I said, she said she was only messing, she was only playing with him and whatever. I said there are some things that can be inside jokes that you shouldn't be posting on the internet. If truly is a joke, I'm just saying, because it's you that know this joke, the other person doesn't know it. The viewers don't know it, and it's going to look bad to the viewers. And even if he himself, I made a video about that, was the first video I made about that. Whatever, I talked about sharing your marriage on social media. I talked about its disadvantage. I said because even if it is a normal thing you do at home, but because you're sharing it on the internet, people will have opinions. So, and even if he was not offended, it's an inside joke, he may be like, what does the world think about me? That my wife can talk to me like this? This is embarrassing to me. And people are now messaging him and saying, why does she treat you like this? Why does she da, 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 da? Remember his first skin, he said, I cannot be treated like this anymore. So if it's someone, and then look, you see the tricky thing. So if you now think, he may not, if he has been planning to leave before, and he's been looking for avenue, because of that act, she cannot, he can say, the world has seen it. People can now agree. If I say she treats me bad, people will agree because people are commenting about it. People are commenting about it. And then he said, this is the loophole. Let me go. You get my point? But it doesn't necessarily mean that was what caused it, because he said he named her. The baby was already named even before the baby was born. You see what happened we put on social media? We can all be joining 2 + 2. So it cannot be that particular one that we saw, because that was after the baby was born. He said he picked that name. That baby was named before the baby was born. This guy has made his mind up before. And then if you add it with the Brazilian girl that he said, according to the receipt that Korra showed us, the message there was that the girl said, when he told her he was pregnant, and she said, when he told the Brazilian girl that he was pregnant, and that Korra was pregnant, Korra, then the Brazilian girl now messaged and said, you told me no more babies. I trusted you. And he said, accident. It was not planned. And if you go by that, could it be he wanted to be with the Brazilian girl and he was looking forward to ending it with Korra since that time? But he came home and acted normal. You see my point? If someone that does not want you anymore can pretend to be with you, somebody can be with you in the same house, but they're not with you in their mind and souls and heart. That's why I say, leaving even a few days after baby born, it doesn't matter. Let them leave. I'd rather have somebody that doesn't want me anymore leave than to be with me and pretend all is well. God forbid. I find that scary and dangerous. You understand? So, someone remember a few days before leaving, she asked him to get, okay. To me, that was extremely disrespectful. It looks disrespectful, but there are a lot of things that couples do in their homes that they are happy with. I remember a Nigerian woman that just came. She came here with a God contract with her nursing job, and she went to visit some Nigerians that she knows here. And she came to work the next day, and she was lamenting. Can you imagine? I went to visit these people that I know from Nigeria, and I went there, and the husband was changing diaper, and the wife was sitting down. How can a man be changing diaper and his wife is sitting down? She is JJC. She just came from Nigeria, where men don't bath. Typically, men don't bath their children. They don't clean. They don't wash plates. They don't do anything to change diaper. So to her, it's like an abomination. How can a man be changing diaper? But most people living abroad know that there's no big deal. Now in Peking, he's changing his child. There's nothing wrong with it. Couples will do everything together. And then she's seeing a problem with something that the couple have no problem with. You get my point? So there are some things that may be normal for them. They joke like, because she said that's how we joke. That's what she said. Oh, so that's how you joke. In your own eye, you look okay, but outside that, start putting mouth and make it a big deal. That's another, whatever. Now Adako said, sleeping with an enemy, dangerous. Absolutely dangerous. I mean, they tell you, if you're living in a home with someone that does not want you anymore, do you know there is something that may happen to you and they will not be quick to call an ambulance for you? Do you know that? If, for example, I'm just saying, this is why it's not good to live with someone that is no longer with you in their heart and their soul and in their minds. Because when people are together, they are there to love and care for each other. But when that is gone, but they're just staying together, Something may happen to you. The person will be like, let her just die. Or let him just die. This is my opportunity to become single. And you will think, oh yeah, she has gone upstairs to go call 999. Or he has gone upstairs. Do you know that they're not doing it? They're waiting for you for your life to end there. That is the thing about your enemy is within you. You understand? So it's better let the person go. You know that, okay, this person is actually not in my life. Rather than them be with you in one house, but not in your life. If you know what I mean. So people should stop blaming him for leaving early or whatever they call it. I think it's okay. It's okay to leave. But it's trying to destroy somebody after you leave that I'm not a fan of. Even that his bad, okay, even that his bad intention, baby name can be revoked by court in Germany. I think everybody should move to Germany. You know, but that's bad. This is what I'm saying about bringing children. What will make a man think is okay to come and put a dent in this little girl's name? People that love the name may be like, okay, to now know that this girl was named War and whatever, it's not right. It's not right. How do you expect the mother to feel that your father named you against me? Go down now. It's not good. At all. And the father even came up proudly. He could have just kept it to himself. It's okay. But to say it out, oh, God, that beg go. Is my, you know, again, there's an age you get to, is your children you start praying for, you know, because you know, okay, you have reached this stage in your life, right? But it's them that are starting, that are going to be in the process of finding future partners that you'll be praying, God, you know, guide our children. Guys, share this video, please. Just share it. Share this video, guys. Okay, let me finish that your comment. It said, if it's I don't know if it's revocable in America. It may be, it may be. Korra, if she wants to, you know, she can decide to, and she loves the name. You know, she got Adina. She had pure mind, not knowing that the husband named. Okay, she said if it's in Germany, it can be revoked. She said, in fact, there are some names you are not allowed to name your child here. That guy is full of evil and never marry that innocent lady, Korra. I don't know if I can call Korra innocent, right? Because say she's naive, but I don't know if she's innocent. She gets for body as well. Some areas she has faults. Let's be okay. That's your opinion. I respect that, your opinion. Okay, but I just wanted to say that innocent lady, Korra, for love, it is all about what he will get. Deception in relationship, run. No, she said if you see sign of relationship, deception in relationship, you should run. And then Imam Bong said, what you are saying is the truth. Marriage was a covering for her. Oh, I'm so behind then. It's a long time ago I said that. Oh, let me fly through the comments now. Lionel said, for me, he don't like, okay. For me, he said, for me, he didn't or don't like that naked thing his wife is doing. But he met her that way. We're talking about who you should not marry. You meet a naked woman, don't marry her. Don't marry her. Those are the signs already. The lady was naked when you met her. So why you go marry her? He was doing naked thing his wife is doing, but he was managing it because of money, and he left when he was tired and also gotten what he wanted. Honestly, I'm so confused about that. But at the same time, there are some content that Korra created. I've seen some of her old videos that I can describe as sexually suggestive content. She was creating it for some kind of minds. Some of them. It's not even the way she dressed, but when you're there at the pool, the way she do that hanyash like this. And then Korra is the only person I've seen on live stream that will hold her own two sisters, you know what I mean? And she grope them like this by herself. She would do it like this. Some men like to see that. That's what I believe. But there was a picture I showed you guys once where she and Justin were doing some sexually suggestive content together. You see that he's not innocent. They are there. They were doing this together. And if you ask like what? Right? But even now, let me tell you guys, remember, don't forget, there was a video, you see me, at the evidence, receipt, at the top, there was a video where Korra said, where she said that, this guy, when he's angry, he's Bruce Lee or whatever. There was something like that. She said, whether she said he's Bruce Lee or he's Jackie Chan. How many of you remember that video? And she said something, in the process, they talked about his video that was deleted by Facebook because of the sexual suggestive content or something like that, that it was. Something about being too sexual or something like that. He said they do chiropractor and he did some kind of stuff and Facebook took it down. Do you know he's still doing it? He is still doing it. So if we say Korra this, Korra that, I believe I believe some Korra's content was sexually suggestive content. But I'll show you guys this, right? This guy is doing some sexually suggestive content. Okay, sorry. I want to be sure of where I'm going. I'll show you guys now. You guys will watch this. And don't forget, oh, if you see a content on Facebook that you know is sexually suggestive, you can report it, right? I'll show you guys this. A lot of you may have watched this. You see this content? See this content? You see this? You see that? You see that? He knows what he's doing. You see this? He's doing it for views. You see this? I want to be sure everybody's seeing it. Okay. That is suggestive content. It is. There was one, he has it on his Instagram as well, that he did on Korra. Go and read the comments under it. You will know that the content has a particular kind of audience. Read the comments under it. So him too. Another one. Maybe another day I will show you guys. Reasons why you should not post your children on the internet. And this lady made a video on TikTok. She said when she posts her child on a normal day, it was whatever. And then she posts her child with a swim suit. Little girl. And her videos, you know the way on TikTok, videos can be shared, can be saved, and then can be pinned. She said anytime she showed her child at swimming time, the pinning of the comment and the saving will skyrocket. If any of you have watched it, put the link here. She showed how much of sharing that happens whenever she showed her daughter swimming. Think about video content about swimming pool. There are a lot of better nightwear, swimwears those babies can. A lot of men, not men. There are some men that their head no correct. That the Peter fans, if you know what I mean, they like content with little girls. There are a lot of better nightwear. I keep saying nightwear, swimwear for girls that doesn't have to show their bum cheeks, if you know what I mean. That doesn't have to show any of that. For those kind of minds, these are the kind of swimsuit that Justin should be wearing for that June. These are the kind of swimsuit that shows nothing. Her whole ass should be covered, right? These are the kind of, you see, swimwears that shows nothing, right? See this? That wouldn't show any skin at all. You see this? Because of those kind of people. On a normal day, everybody's going to the beach, that's fine. But because of those kind of minds, these are the kind of, I keep saying nightwear, swimwear that June and her baby sister should be wearing. That little baby shouldn't be at the pool with just a diaper. And he makes a swimming video and he gets 2 million views. I'll say it again. Don't forget that on Facebook, you can report any content that you know. Do you know what I mean? As suggestive. You can. Okay? Oh my goodness, the comments are going to be so many. I'm behind. For me, he don't like the... Okay, so talking about that, let me tell you. So he was in it with her. The nakedness or whatever. I've seen the video. The one where she was walking. And she was wearing a green swimwear. And she was walking and he spoke to her. He was one with the camera. And then she turned around. Her whole cheeks were showing. And then she turned around to show the pregnancy. He was the one with the camera. A lot of those things. He was the one behind the camera. So you don't like them, you want that, but you're the one putting your wife out there or participating. Where she never wear clothes, they dance with her. You get my point. So he was in there with her with the whole thing because of money. Okay, sorry, money. And he left when he was tired and also getting what he wanted. You know, okay, he's tired because of the money. That's what you mean. But anyways, at this point, if he doesn't like it, he should be careful how he posts his daughters. The other time he posted his June, people left commenting and I went, but it was already gone. People sent me a picture and I said it. Posted June with shorts, not people said she was only with her underwear. No, she was wearing short and June opened her leg like this. Tell me what kind of a father posts stuff like that. I made a video when he lifted the top of a few-month-old baby, say he was doing ultrasound. Go and see, but he removed it now. So whether now people reported it and Facebook took it down, I have the right to express concerns. I went to nursing school, and one of the things they taught us is protection of children because they can't protect themselves. You lifting her top to be putting a kidney. People blasted him. People, even while he was doing, people were blasting him. Why are you doing this? So the same thing, both sides. Let's be honest. This is the thing I don't like about the taking of sides. Speak the truth all the time. At least when it comes to protecting those little children, he has no rights. You know what people forget? If his child, he can do what he's like. It's a lie. Every individual is, every person, every child, every man, every woman is an independent member of society. Because they came from you as a man or as a woman does not make you have the right to destroy their privacy or do whatever you like. No. When government take children from people, they don't know that you conceive them. They take them for their own protection because they are individual members of society. So when he's showing that baby without any clothes on at the swimming pool, some of you that love him, tell him to put swimwear on. He has been doing it long enough. By now, that little baby should have swimwear on. Swimwear on. Swimwear on. June should wear a swimwear that shows nothing at all. Nothing. Cover her up. Because some minds want to watch videos like that. He made video with it got 2 million views. Money is good, but your children's privacy is important. Respect it. Your parents did not post you with anyhow on the internet. Why can't you do the same for your children? Okay, I think I got a bit triggered. When it comes to children, I get triggered. I'm going to be honest. Okay, but June is not a baby. How did she take care of June's hair? Proud it is. It seems she was not combing it. Now she should actually be combing the hair of this baby because June is 3 years. She had 3 years. Her own life, 31-year-old woman, she must have been combing her own hair. I don't believe that Korra will comb her own hair dry. You don't say go pain you. So why will you comb June's hair dry and say she's tender-headed? No, you are not putting products on that hair to make it slide. I mean, to make the brush slide properly. And June is 3 years old. So if Korra must have practiced on herself all these years as a 31-year-old woman, but at the same time, she's had 3 years with June to have practiced. And that little baby now, she should start now to be brushing that baby's hair. Let the baby get used to it. Let the baby get used to it now. Okay? So I'm saying it again. Speak the truth on both sides. At this point, I don't understand the justification for Korra not to be able to know how to do the daughter's hair. People now say put hair product she put. People now say this she do. That's why people now feel like you don't know what you're doing. They keep telling you what to do. You understand? Let me tell you, people always have complaints. I used to do videos where I show my cooking or whatever. People, you can learn from people. I remember I was doing cooking video years ago and somebody was like, oh, you don't use plastic spoon. It contains whatever. And I said, oh, really? When I saw the comment, I researched it and I saw some of the, I said, okay, I don't want to take the risk because it's going to be harmful to me, even if it's not true. It cost me nothing to change. And I changed all my spoons now are wooden spoons. I got that from the comments. If I was going to get offended, I said, don't tell me what to do. I will not learn that. You understand? But there are some people that will still, no matter what you do, they will still say, but why did you put your cup on the left-hand side, not the right-hand side? Why did you, do you know what I'm trying to say? Some you can ignore. But that's my time clock to remind me exactly what I'm going to end. I'm going to round up. Now, let me go to True Mom, the many comments, and then I finish this, right? But just see, okay, yeah, June is not a baby. She should know how to do the hair. That's true. Maria said, that was a sister's comment. Sorry if I forgot to say your name. Maria said, they will not do what they do. Okay, let me say this again. Let me read it again. They will not do what they do to us. Didn't finish the comment. And Ima Bong said, I believe she made a big joke. She meant the husband was doing anything she wants from, oh, I'm behind them from the comment. This is about her calling him a houseboy. Wants from him in the Nigerian sense, okay? And then, excuse me. Lionel said, I agree, both of them are not innocent at all. True. Excuse me. They are into something else. Yeah. If you watch some of the old videos, you know that it's not a clean side of the internet. Some of their videos, let's be honest, old videos. That baby thing made me to say that the children should not be staying with him. He can visit his children, but not to take them to his house because they are still small and he is into something else. But some people can say the way Korra, because don't forget, there was a video where Korra said she was doing bedtime routine and then she dressed in a bikini that was, you know, bikini, women's bikini was showing ass, you know, like this, and she wore exact same bikini for the little girl. And I said, how is that bedtime routine? Bedtime routine is, I don't know other people, but shower the children. Bathing at night time is nice because I think you wash away school, wash away play and everything, all the dirt, whatever, off them. They're going into bed fresh and clean. And night bath helps to calm children down as well. Put them in a room, dim the light, read them a book. That's the bedtime routine. But Korra put music, and she wore that kind of nightwear, and she wore it on the little girl and say she's doing bedtime routine. Some people can say that that content is wrong for that little child. You understand? So, for that little child. But is that a reason now to say Korra should not have her children? I don't believe so. But I believe viewers can always report content that you see that no, a child should not be posted like this. Report it. And if people are not careful, if they jeopardize children's privacy or whatever, Facebook can take the platform down. I'm telling you, there are even some bodies that you can report a platform. It will be taken down because children's privacy needs to be protected. Their friends should not grow up and come on Facebook to come and find some stuff about them on the internet that they didn't put out there. A lady sued her parents for a picture. They posted her baby picture on the internet. She said they posted so much that's supposed to be family pictures, like, excuse me, her doing some things in the house or whatever. They posted everything. She took them to court. I can't remember how it ended. But who would have thought that they could have been taken to court for that? And they feel like they were posting the cute whatever. But the girl, she said they put, there was one who was in the bath and she had nothing on. And they posted it. She took them to court. So let's remember this. Justin is an adult. Korra is an adult. Those children are babies. They are innocent babies. We as individuals have a part to play when it comes to, you know, wanting to protect them the best we can. And the best is any of them post them without properly clothed, showing any part that is supposed to be a bit of intimate parts or whatever. What's it called now? People should be able to report it. There are some people that specifically want to see children in some skimpy wears. Not everybody out there is normal, but some parents know this and intentionally share that kind of content because for them it's all about the money. They feel like, oh, my child is, they're not going to touch my child. They can only watch. They can't touch my child. But you're putting these children out there. I'm going to end this live video. It's gone longer than, you know, thank you all for coming. Did I read all the comment? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to end this live, guys. I'm so sorry. I really need to end it. Somebody's trying to call, but it's too late now. I really need to go. I've gone 7 minutes past the time that I wanted to do. And thank you for watching. And always, please don't forget to share the video and leave your comments, your opinions, whatever in the comment section below. I'm going to end it here. And thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Until the next time, guys. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye, everybody. Bye.